Hello guys, welcome back to another video here on the Dave Goodger FM channel. It's time for another live After Ronaldo Juventus save, and we are playing through 3 months worth now. We're going to blast through to the end of the season over the next couple of episodes. We're going to go through January, February and March. It's been interesting. We've had some highs, we've had some major lows, but we will jump in and see how well we've been doing with all of this. As I said, we're not doing the best. We are currently sitting in 5th place in the league, out the Champions League spots. We are 8 points off the league leaders of Lazio. We've dropped off the pace a little bit. Looking at the results on here, we'll go through the games obviously as we normally do, but we lost to Lazio. That was a big loss for us. Since then we have not lost in the league, but we've drawn a lot of games. Bologna, Inter, Napoli, 3 big losses there, so there's another 6 points that we've lost out on there. But we've in amongst there we've had some good results as well. So we'll go through the games and we'll go through the goals and we'll show you the highlights. Up first was the Venezia game. It was the first game in January. We were away, and we hit the ground running well with this one. We didn't have it all our own way despite the scoreline, but in the first minute, with just 34 seconds on the clock, Nicolo Zaniolo with an absolute peach from the edge of the area. On the 15th minute, De Siglio on the right, from right back to left winger, and Sotil gets his goal. On the hour mark, Chiellini with a long throw, Zaniolo pulling it back, and Gabriel Barbosa, a new signing, gets his goal. Pellegrini fired it over, then about 5 minutes later for Zaniolo to get his second. And in the 90th minute, Pellegrini all the way over, left back to right winger, goal. Like I said, yes, look, we won 5-0, but we did not have this all our own way at all. Venezia, 21 chances, that's 5 chances more than we had. 10 on target, that's 1 more than we had in total. They gave us a good game. We were just very ruthless with the good chances that we had. Massively amount of possession that we had though, 62% possession. Zaniolo was a 9.4, absolute beast he was for us there. We missed him when he was off injured. We missed his creativity and his goals from midfield. But since he's come back in, he has hit the ground running and been really good for us. So after Venezia, it was Lazio. It was a trip to the Stadio Olimpico. It was an unchanged side from the previous game. And on the 24th minute, Chiesa gets to the byline, fires it in, and from close range, Alvaro Morata gives us the lead. We held on to that for about 15 minutes before a long ball over the top, and Immobile, one-on-one with the keeper, he's going to put them away. And then just 5 minutes later, Immobile to Alberto to Pedri, a lovely triangle, one-touch football, and slots it home. That was all it took. All the goals in the first half. Second half, we pushed on them a little bit more. But again, they had more chances. We only had 2 shots on target from 11 shots. Really not good enough. And we got exactly the result we needed there. Lazio, as I said, they are league leaders now. If we'd have took points off them there, we could have been a lot closer. It would have been a 6-point swing. But we picked ourselves up, and it was then time for the Italian Super Cup final. It was Inter Milan. With this one, we stopped being so gung-ho as we were against Lazio. We dropped it down to a more balanced attack, and then in the 20th minute, Zaniolo feeding Morata. VAR had a look at it, but it was held up. But then in the 64th minute, Alexis Sanchez pulls them level. Again, another one that VAR had a look at. That's how it goes. Injury time. Second half of injury time. Barbosa pulls it over, and there is Sotil to fire in, save us from penalties, and give us the win on the Coca-Cola Super Cup. So it's a trophy, yay! But yeah, the league position is concerning me. I'm not 100% sure the board will give us the season to see out with us sitting where we are, but we've still got games available, I suppose, with this one. We got exactly what we deserved out of that game as well. We absolutely battered them for chances and possession with that one. After the Inter game, we were back in Serie A form, and it was Hellas Verona. We were at home, and once again we were back in dominating form. 15th minute, Morata from the spot, and then just before half time, Andrea Conti gets to the edge, and then Zaniolo pokes in from inside the 6-yard box. We were comfortable. Last 5 minutes, Simeone gets saved, and Daniel Bessa knocks in the rebound of them to give them a glimmer of a hope, but that's all it was, really, a glimmer. We held firm, we took the 3 points, and it was nice to get back on to winning form in the league after the disappointment from the Lazio game. So that was a nice one, got us back on the board there. Then we had the Coppa Italia third round. It was against Monza. We were at home, shuffled the pack a little bit, played a few guys that had not been playing recently, but really absolutely went for their throats with it. I wanted a big confidence boosting win, and that's pretty much what we got. On the 18th minute, Bentaccia, Zaniolo, and nod down to Locatelli to fire his in from the edge of the area. 28 minutes, Moise Kean to Federico Chiesa, little dink over the keeper for 2. Just after the half-hour mark, long ball over the top, Barbosa rounds the keeper, slots his goal for 3, and then just before 40th minute, Zaniolo in, and a close range goal for Barbosa to make it 5 in the second half. Sorry, to make it 4 in the second half. Pellegrini, defender, misses his header, and Chiesa gets his second of the game. On the hour mark, it was Locatelli, Keane, and Gab Barbosa for his hat-trick. 15 to play, Bentaccia, Kyle Georgiou is on, feeding Chiesa, and there's his hat-trick. 2 hat-tricks in the game there. And then 84th minute, Calafiori all the way over to Chiesa to get yet another goal. Like I said, these were really good performance from us. We did exactly what we needed to do. We boosted our confidence. We absolutely destroyed the opposition. Yes, they're a lower league side. Yes, we should be beating them. But yeah, this is something I wanted. I pushed for it and pushed them going, kept them going during the game. With no easing off on this time. Chiesa, 4 goals. Gets a perfect 10 from there. Barbosa with the hat-trick 9.3. Zaniolo with the assists. Keeney with the assists. Locatelli with a goal and an assist. This is a good performance from us and set us up well for going forward with Serie A. Afterwards, we were Sampdoria. We were at home, and this is one where we really should have been putting the performance of previously into play. And it took deep into the second half before we could actually break them down. Sotil pulling back, and Barbosa bundles it in. The referee had a look at it, but it held up. But we just couldn't keep them out. Candreva feed in Muru, and with barely 10 to play, they pulled level. We bossed it. We had 66% possession. We had double their chances, but we only had 5 on target. The chance conversion needs to get better. It's really not good enough, and it's costing us. We're not getting the second goal that kills games off and allowing teams to come in. So yeah, we went away with a point. Yes, respect the point. It's better than losing, but we each game that we draw, we are losing touch with the league leaders. After Sampdoria, we moved into February. It's the first game of the season in February, and it was Inter away. We played out a tense 0-0. We gave as good as we got with that. 13 shots for them, 12 for us, both with 7 on target. They had slightly more possession, but this is a one where it's very much of a nothing much game. no one really stood out. The keeper and the two fullbacks were our best performers. But if you look over on their end there, the keeper, two central midfielders, the only ones really that perform for them. So it's. I think both teams were concerned about losing. We dropped down to the balanced formation. We dropped our lines deep as well, so they couldn't get in behind us. And I set up not to lose rather than to win the game, which is where it was. Again, though, another 2 points lost. Second game of February saw us in the Coppa Italia quarterfinals, and it was Atalanta. Now, I think the Italian Cup is one where we seem to be pulling performances against bigger teams really well. On the half-hour mark, Andrea Conti over Morata against the bar, and Zaniolo poking it home for the lead. It lasted 5 minutes before they in a scramble in the area, they pull their equaliser, and then just 5 minutes after that, Duvan with a cheeky finish. I love the finish. Give them 2-1. With 10 minutes to go, we were pushing at this point. We'd gone full attacking, high press, gegen press essentially style of play, which pulled us level. 97th minute, Morata gets that second. What Gibbs gets our third though, pulls us into the lead in injury time. But we weren't able to hold on. Zapata again pulling them level. VAR looked at it and it took it to penalties. We were one by one firing them in. Zaniolo carrying a knot, put his penalty in. Duvan, who'd scored 2 in the game itself, gets his. And I was every time we were stepping up, we were taking the first. I was fearing the worst. Is this the one that's going to lose? We went through the 5 standards, and every single one of them fired it in. Barkley for them. Then came up the ones that we didn't pick. Bentancur fired his in. Keeper maybe should have done better there. Delict, again, a great penalty, well out of the way of everything. De Siglio, again, to the keeper's left. Every single one of them coming in. And it wasn't until the very end and Pizzala missing their 8th penalty that we finally broke the deadlock with it, and we moved through into the semi-final of the Coppa Italia. I think that might be the only thing keeping me in a job at the moment, but there we go. After the third round, after the quarterfinals, it was back in the league again, and it was our 3rd Serie A draw in a row. This one was against Bologna, and so disappointing this. We just didn't perform. We had a lot of chances. We had a lot of shots on target, but we had no possession. We did nothing with the ball. Considering we're normally a high possession side, we just didn't perform. We got shots, but that was it. 23rd minute from our throw-in, they win the ball back early and move it forward quickly and take the lead. 35 minutes in though, we managed to pull ourselves level. De Siglio firing it in, right back, left winger, goal. Happens a lot. 10 minutes to play, though, they get to the byline, firing it in, and again, Barrow is totally unmarked in the 6-yard box. Again, went full gegenpress, high line, high press, very attacking, and it managed to pay off again. Right back to the left winger, again, getting us out of trouble there. And it was a late equaliser for us. Yes, we pushed hard for it. We had a lot of chances, but a lot of those were in those last 10 minutes or so after they took the lead. So that was our 3rd draw in a row, which is where a lot of these issues with being so far away from Lazio have come from. But we then had the Champions League. It was back, Champions League first knockout round. It was Red Bull Leipzig. We were away from home, and this was a knockdown, drag-out affair. Red Bull had the most of it, I'll be honest. Dani Olmo, just after half-time, gets the first. Zaniolo, though, pulling it straight back, 2 minutes later, straight back to 1-1. A minute after that, they take the lead again, leaving the fullback for dead. and then putting that in from inside. Barely 2 minutes later, so 5 minutes inside the second half, 4 goals. 5 minutes after that, though, they take the lead again from a penalty, and it wasn't until the hour mark that Pellegrini feeds Sotil and knocking it back in, and then the defender, no chance at all. He's got to do something else. We've just bundled it in really close range. Finishes 3-3, which normally I'd be happy about because away goals, great. Away goals aren't a thing this year though, so it's a stalemate. We didn't lose. We conceded 3 goals and didn't lose, so we've got to be kind of happy. But they had more possession. They had more chances on target. We just didn't really, we didn't defend well. Szczesny 6.6, Chiellini 6.3, Pellegrini 6.1, that's De Ligt 6.5. You can see where the issues are here. But we're still in the tie. We've still got a chance to take it in the second leg. After the Champions League games, we were back in Serie A. We were away to Napoli, and it was a 4th draw in a row. Once again, not a performance we deserved to get anything out of, really. The point, we were lucky, incredibly lucky. Napoli started a better team and were during the entire game, to be honest. Just before the half-hour mark, a fast counter-attack from them, 3 touches. And then on 35 minutes, Lorenzo Insigne giving them a 2-0 lead. 20 minutes to go, we finally wake up. Locatelli to Ramsey to Moise Kean to Gabby Barbosa. 2-1. Change everything up, go full attacking, and then Chiellini with the long throw and Locatelli at the far post nodding in the equaliser. Like I said, we didn't deserve anything really. We only had 7 shots, 5 of them on target. We scored with 2 of them. They had 16 shots, 9 on target. Yes, we had more possession, but we just didn't do anything with it. It's just not a good enough performance against another big team that we really should be getting points against. 4 games drawn in a row now. That's the issue that we've got with it. These are the issues. We're not losing. We're not losing games. So yes, we're on an unbeaten run, but dropped 2 points at the end of January to Sampdoria. Drop 2 points to Inter, drop 2 points to Bologna, drop 2 points to Napoli, and we can't expect to be up and about there if we're losing 8 points to teams around here. But we picked ourselves up. We went at the end of February. We were away to Salernitana. This was back to a performance that we're used to knowing. On the hour though, it took us to get our first goal. Morata from the spot. Then Zaniolo feeding Chiesa, who fed it back to Morata to get his second. And then with 10 to play, Zaniolo again to Insigne and a looping header over the keeper. And then with barely 9 to go, Bentancur with a fantastic bending, curling free kick over the wall. And it was a 4-0 win. It was deserved. Yes, it was helped by them going out to 10 men after 25 minutes. But it took us to an hour mark to make that advantage count. It was a performance that we needed to give ourselves a confidence for the games coming up, and it was one that I needed to kind of keep my job a little bit. With us dropping so many points in draws recently, the board have been getting a little bit antsy, but we're still going. We're still in there, which takes us into March. First game in March was Lazio. We were at home. It's the Coppa Italia semi-final first leg. And despite Lazio being on top, Immobile firing them into the lead on the 25th minute. On the half-hour mark, De Ligt pulls one back and gets his back level with it. And then Chiesa, Chiesa on 50 minutes gives us that fantastic goal to give us the lead. The lead only lasted a couple of minutes though. Immobile again totally unmarked, 9 yards out. We can't give him that much space. He's going to equalise. On the hour mark, Morata from the spot, and then with 10 to play, Chiesa racing forward, feeding Morata and firing it across the keeper. That's his hat trick. That was 4-2 Juventus. Possession was 50-50. Chances, they had more chances than us, sure, but we were a lot more ruthless with our chances. We had 3 clear-cut chances. They didn't have one according to the stats. It was a result that was deserved, and it was nice to see us finally getting a positive result against one of the title contenders, one of the big teams in the league, admittedly in a cup game. After the semi-final, first leg, we were back in Serie A action. It was Udinese, and while this was a competitive game, we ran out quite comfortable leaders. 15 minutes, Morata with another penalty, another well tucked away penalty. Just for half time, Morata gets his second, and then deep into injury time, Tisilio pulling it in. Samir makes a terrible back pass, and Morata gets his hat trick. He has been absolutely lethal for us this season so far. Without his goals, I'd be in a far worse position, that's for sure. So that really was. It was nice to get another win in there. It was back-to-back league victories with the Salernitana win and then the Udinese one. It was 3 wins on the bounce. We've gone a long time since losing a league game. It was Lazio back in January. We're on something like an 8-game unbeaten streak now. This took us to the Champions League first knockout round, second leg, poised at 3-3, no away goals counting, obviously. This was tight. It took us all the way into extra time to get any kind of goal on there. 110th minute, they take the lead. 8 minutes later, penalty, that gives them 2. It's game over pretty much at that point. Threw everything at them. Injury time at the end of extra time, Chiesa gets 1 back, but we couldn't get it in. We didn't deserve it. We were so wasteful in front of goal. Chiesa missed an open goal, literally an open goal, with a header in normal time that would have given us the win, that would have took us through to the next round. As it is, we are out in the first knockout round. The board aren't very happy about that, that's for sure. Then, to finish off March, 2 back-to-back league games. First off, we were at home to Spezia, and this one was another demolition of a side that we should be beating, let's be brutally honest. 15 minutes in, Locatelli feeding it over to Sotil to get a goal. 20th minute, Arthur with the deep free kick and De Ligt with the goal. Just before half time then, Chiesa on the right gets to the byline, all the way over, right winger to left winger, and a goal. These crosses from the byline have been really good for us. 20 minutes to play, Chiellini dropping a deep ball into Chiesa. VAR had a look, but it held up. 10 minutes to play, free kick from the left to Chiesa on the right, and that was it. There's nothing that they could do here. They had 6 shots, only just 1 shot on target all game. We had a couple really that didn't perform even after all that. Morata and Zaniolo both with 6.6 and 6.8. But we got what we deserved in this one. Dominant in possession, dominant with the chances, and lethal in front of goal. It was finally nice to see that from this team. It's not come about often enough. And then the last game we played just recently was away to Sassuolo. It was in the league again, and it was another game that we pretty much dominated. We just couldn't put the ball or enough of the chances into the net, and it took until late on with them. I mean, we had more chances again, we had more possession again, but it took a late goal, an 89th minute goal. Insigne pulling it back to De Ligt, Locatelli, and then it pinball, I think, through the area there, and a 1-0 win. It was tight, but we just about squeaked enough to be able to say we deserve that goal. And that's where we are standing as it stands. We are at the end of March. We have got games coming up against Roma, Milan, the Lazio second leg, Atalanta, Fiorentina, big games. We get results against them, we've got a chance to crawl up here, but it's out of our hands now. We need Lazio to have a bit of a collapse for us to get anything out of it. With regards to the league, like I said, we are here and we're 8 points off of the league leaders. That run of draws there, that's what's cost us. It's not that we've lost, I think we've only lost, and we've lost 6 games. Lazio, Fiorentina, Atalanta, Torino, Napoli and Lazio again. We can't go losing against teams like that, but it's the draws. Napoli, Bologna, Inter, Sampdoria, Milan, Roma and Udinese. Too many draws. With the players, like I said, Morata has been absolutely lethal for us. 15 goals in 21 league appearances. In the Coppa Italia, he scored 5 in 2 games. He's been really good. He's only on loan with us, but he's been one of the reasons why we are where we are, in a good way rather than in a bad way. On the transfer side, we have got some players coming in. Boubacar Kamara is coming in on a free transfer. Locatelli is going out. It's 30 million. Man U have paid for him. Chiesa's coming in. That was part of his loan agreement. If he played so many times, we have to buy him. I'm happy with that. He's a great player and a massive player coming in on a free transfer. Kylian Mbappe. We're going to be paying him a lot of money. We're going to be paying him a big sign-on fee. But these stats are just phenomenal. 20 pace, 20 acceleration, 17 finishing, 18 composure, dribbling of 18. Yeah, it goes on and on and on and on. A 5-star forward that is coming in for nothing. Should be good for next season. I mean, I'm probably just helping the next manager along, because I don't think, unless I can get a really good title challenge coming in, I don't think I'm going to end up being here. But it is what it is. We can do only what we can do. That's where we're going to leave this video now. We are leaving it with just 2 months left to play. We've got April and May. Hopefully at the end of that lot we will be a little bit closer up to the top there, so we can maybe carry on this season into a second season. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. Any comments you've got at the bottom there, drop them into the comment section. I'll read them all. I'll reply where I can. We are over on Twitch as well. We have got Dave Gudger FM on Twitch, where I'm currently going through a South American journeyman save. I'm in Uruguay as it stands, trying to win that Uruguayan First Division with Juventud over there. Yeah, so come on there, come and grab us a follow on there. We'll have a bit of a chat while we're playing along, and everything should be great. Okay, I shall see you on the next video. As always, I've been Dave. You've been great. See you next time. Thanks for watching.